Hello everybody, welcome back to another AOCE modding tutorial, and today we're going to be doing part 3 of the custom weapons tutorial, and we're going to be talking about how to set up the .weapons tag, and also set up the third-person animations, so that if you go into third-person in tag test, you'll be able to see yourself holding the weapon properly. So yeah, most of this is just going to be in Gorilla, and most of this is just going to be me saying copy this from another weapon. So yeah, but I'm gonna be using, I'm not gonna be using the stick weapon I created in the first video. I'm gonna be using the rifle weapon that I created before then, the one that I figured out everything with. So and if you're following along with the previous 3 videos, which you probably should do because I'm gonna be referencing them constantly, it should look something like this, because you already plugged in your model, you plugged in your collision model, and then that's it. I think that's all I did in that first GBX model video. And then the second one was literally just animations and creating the animation graph. So, yeah. So most of this tag is going to be just copying stuff over from the assault rifle. But I'll go over some very key areas that you need to not copy from. So we don't have any attachments or widgets. Those are just little things that aren't too important. But yeah, you need to plug in your model, your GBX model, the third-person GBX model for the thing right here. Then the collision geometry for that, right, in the collision model thing. Then for this, I'm just gonna say copy the entire assault rifle thing. Copy the entire assault rifle .weapon thing, and then you can mess around with all the settings and stuff later on your own, because most of it is pretty straightforward, and it's way too much to go over in like one video anyway. So I'll just go over the major things that we need to get working. So, model, collision model, those have to be your own stuff. And then down here in the weapons section, you have to give your weapon your own label here. It should be the name of your file. I renamed this to just RF. But if you created a weapon, if you created a holy fuck, if you created a rifle.weapon tag like this and named it rifle, this should be rifle. God damn it. Okay, now again, just copy from the assault rifle thing. Now we get down to interface. This is the last major area we need to focus on. So the first person model is exactly that, the first person model you exported, which I covered that in the first video. Then the first person animations, that was the animations tag we created in the second video. And then we got the HUD interface, which I just used the assault rifles, pickup sound, assault rifle ammo. So yeah, the major 2 are just these right here. I'll probably go over the HUD interface, custom HUD interface, which is basically just a bitmap, I think, in another video, probably like part 4 or 5 of this. Then you got your magazines, which are pretty straightforward. I believe this one right here, this magazine is for magazines lying on the ground, I believe. Yeah, power-ups, which I think is referring to things you can pick up. And then, so basically, the magazines on the ground that you can pick up for this weapon are going to look exactly like assault rifle ones. They're going to hold 30 rounds in each, and it's just basically using this magazine up here, because this is primary, and then this is primary right here. So it's just referring to this, and then you can make all these numbers whatever the hell you want. Triggers, primary. I think that might be there by default, but you might need to add that yourself. I don't know. And firing, this is for you firing your weapon, rounds per second, acceleration time. Not sure what the hell that does. The continuous firing time it takes for the weapon to achieve its final rounds per second. So it can speed up over time, I guess. You can hover over most of these options and it should tell you what to do. And most of it's pretty straightforward. The magazine here, that's referring to the magazine you added up here. And then projectile, that's pretty important. But yeah, again, copy the rest of this just from the assault rifle or any other dot weapon tag you want to use. So yeah, model, collision model, label, that's probably the most important thing you have to do here. Make sure you have your label. And then in the interface section, your first person model and your first person animations. Now we will set up the third person animations so that the cyborg can use them. So now now you have to open up the cyborg animation graph. What the fuck am I doing? Characters, cyborg, model animations. And we don't need to worry about adding any more bones. The only bones used in this entire animation graph are just the bones of the cyborg himself. So, now, this is, first of all, if you create your own custom animations for like a character, there are an absolute shitload of animations you need. Holy God. But yeah, all the nodes or the bones, they're all just stuff for the cyborg, so we don't have to worry about any of that stuff. But we need to units here. We click on this units. I'm not sure what units means. It's basically a bunch of different states you're in, but we're gonna need to do stand and crouch just to get the basics done. But if you really want to have your weapon accessible for like riding on a scorpion, riding on a warthog, anything, you're gonna need to go through each of these different states that your character can be in and do what I'm about to show you to do for stand. So we're gonna select stand here. In the units thing, we need to go down to we need to go down to weapons right here. You need to hit add. You need to name your weapon. As you can see, never mind, not here. These are the different types of weapons. So rifle, pistol, missile, plasma cannon, flamethrower. These are the types of weapons. And then down all the way down here, weapon types. This is the specific weapon. And as you can see right here, we have RF, which is the label. It's this label right here. So you need to select the state your unit's going to be in. So standing, these are going to be when they're standing up. Those are the animations that are going to be being used right now. Then you need to select the type of weapon that your weapon is. So ours is a rifle, so we select the rifle one. Then we go down to weapon types. You're going to need to hit add and then add your weapon label right here. So I would hit add, name it RF right here, and then that'll be that. And then the final thing, you need to just hit add for all of these. Just like click add a bunch, because all these animations are preset. So you don't need many. So you need most of them. You can't like pick and choose which one they add. It's in like a set list. So if you want to get to melee, you have to do all of these other ones. But you basically add all the animations that you need, or however many to get the ones you need. And then you just go through and you find the animation that you want for that. So our reload for our rifle in third person is going to be the assault rifle reload. Stand, rifle, AR, reload. Because remember, we're in the standing state. So we want to be using the stand animation. And a reload 2, we don't need a second reload. Chamber 1, chamber 2, that might be for like pumping the shotgun or like a bolt action rifle if you want to do that. But we don't need that for a rifle or an automatic rifle. Then fire, that's us firing the weapon. So stand, fire, AR rifle. Stand, fire, AR rifle 2. And then melee, and then that's it. You don't need many animations for 3D because there's not a whole lot going on. And the throw grenade animation, I think, is just default. And then as you can see at the IK points, you got left hand and left hand cyborg. So this is the marker of the cyborg itself. So this is Master Chief's left hand right here. And then this is the left hand marker in your weapon. So this right here has to be the name of your marker. I think I'll open up the GBX model quick and show you exactly where that marker is. So open this up, and as you can see, left-hand cyborg. Remember, that's the exact name in the tag. So this is where the cyborg's left hand is going to be. And then you can do left-hand marine as well. So when you're setting up, if you were doing a marine one, if you're in the marine cyborg, if you're in the marine model animations, this would probably be marine left hand. So you would have to have a marine left-hand marker on your weapon GBX model in order for this to work. So I only have the standing animations done, so I'll do the crouch animations just to literally do it right in front of you. So we'll go to crouch. We will make sure the rifle is selected right here. Weapon types. Now we have to add a weapon type for, we have to add the same weapon type. Fuck me. Add RF. We have to match this label right here. So there we go. Now we have RF. And now we have to add all these crouching animations, which it should be the exact same number of them. Yeah, it goes all the way to overheat, and then that's done. So we don't need to worry about that. And now, reload. Now we have to go grab the crouch animations. So we scroll down, crouch rifle. Okay. Okay, so you just use all the same animations. There are no crouch reload animations, so you just grab the stand reload animation. So stand. Holy fuck, there are so many of them. Stand. Where the fuck is it? Stand rifle. AR reload 1. There we go. So yeah, the animations are weird. So basically the cyborg is like doing two animations at once. It's like in the crouching state, so it's set to all those animations. But then it's performing the upper body is performing the same standing animations. That's basically, I think, what's going on here. But if you don't set these up and you have your weapon out, you just won't be able to crouch. And I think I'll show that with a vehicle. Because if you don't have your weapon animations set up for like being in a vehicle, like in a passenger seat of the Warthog, for example, you won't be able to have your weapon out. Okay, we were on stand fire AR1. Stand fire AR2. And then melee, we'll just do the melee one. So stand rifle AR melee. There we go. So those are all the crouch animations. So yeah, basically, yeah, you have to do that for each. You have to do that for each one of these that you want. So we got S Rider. What does that mean? S Rider. Warthog passenger. Oh, Scorpion. Yeah, Scorpion Rider. Yeah, okay. Oh no, Scorpion LF, LB, RB, RF. Those are for the sides of the Scorpion. P Rider RF. P Rider LF. How many vehicles are in this game? The point is, you have to do that for each one of these. And if you don't know what animations to use, you can go into the state, go down to the weapon type, find one that exists, and find those. So the AR. So no weapon type has an animation for S Rider, whatever it is. So it must not be used in Halo at all, or I don't know. But the Scorpion LF. If we go down here, go down to AR. Apparently that doesn't use any animations either. But he uses a handful right here. But that's not relevant. Yeah, I guess it uses its own animations. Somewhere. So I guess all you have to do is stand and crouch for the animations. If we go to Warthog Passenger. AR. Ah, here we go. So the assault rifle has its own set of stuff here. So if we try and go into the Warthog with our rifle in the passenger seat, we should not be able to use it. Alright. So yeah, it's a lot of configuration. It's a lot of just plugging in things and stuff like that. All the like the fun work and Blender and that stuff is done. It's just tons and tons of settings now. So yeah, everything basically revolves around this label and then making sure that you have the correct markers named. Or since you're using your rifle, or since you're making a custom weapon, the only thing that really matters is the attach to marker right here. Which, the marker name object weapon vehicle, the above marker is being attached to. Okay. So there we go, that's all that set up and done. Now if we load this up in Halo and we try and pick up the weapon, it should work, first of all. Should be able to stand with it, should be able to crouch with it, and we should not be able to get in a Warthog with it. Well, we'll be able to get into it, but it'll just like switch to our sidearm, and we won't be able to pull out the weapon. Okay. And I might be completely wrong about that. No, we're in third person when we get into a Warthog. Yeah. Okay, we'll spawn a vehicle. We'll spawn, well, I didn't set it up for the Scorpion either, but that might not work. Let's get, oops. Let's get the Warthog. Okay. Throw it on a Warthog right here. I have my, yeah, there's the weapon right there. And you should be able to update, you shouldn't have to like replace your weapon either. It should like, once you save, as soon as you save over a tag, it should take effect pretty much. Okay, so we'll save this, while everything's saved, so we'll pick up our weapon, try and get into, or have that work, and then try and get into the Warthog. So yeah, I think it's all the major stuff is done. You can get your own custom weapons into Halo. It's just like the finer details are still a bit you know, I can't think of words. I'm not even gonna try anymore. Map name, levels, convo, and if we load in here. I didn't have the Warthog spawn in. Right here, see? E to swap, and it has the assault rifle, which I think, that is for the index message near the top of the tag. I'll show you it when we're done, but again, if you copy everything over from one weapon, it's gonna look like that. So if we pick this up, it looks exactly like the assault rifle one too. As you can see, my magazine I created for this only holds 30 rounds, but the assault rifle magazine holds 60 rounds, and we're still using the assault rifle HUD, so that's what that looks like. But yeah, we're able to pick up our weapon. It's playing our animations. We can crouch with it, and if we go into third person, we are holding it and crouching with it. And if we try to, I don't have any vehicles around. We could try and get onto the Scorpion, but yeah, it's the sound of an assault rifle, but everything looks like an assault rifle. It's just reskinned, I guess. Reload animation. I made a, as you can, yeah, look at the bottom left. My arm kind of goes a bit too far there.
Look, a Mark 5.
But if we get onto the side of a Scorpion here, we. Whoop, nah, it's not. Okay. Can I ride on the Scorpion? Okay, I need to place a Warthog. Well, I already did, but I need to make it actually place in-game. Alright, so anyway, back to Gorilla again. I believe the thing that made it look like an assault rifle when we were trying to pick it up is somewhere. Where the hell is it? Message index. That might... I believe that's it, because we're not holding the assault rifle yet when we get the prompt to pick it up. So it's not that. I don't think it's the HUD. So this must be the message index. List to display. I'm not sure. I'll do a separate video on how to iron out those problems to make it specifically make the HUD fit your weapon specifically. But anyway, I need to make sure this Warthog is placed automatically. So yeah, I guess the hardest part is probably just making the animations themselves. Making the GBX model really isn't hard. Making the collision geometry isn't very hard at all. Yeah, the longest part is just the animations. So now, the Warthog still isn't here. Oh boy. Okay, I think the selection was just like fucking me up. Yeah, I think the selection was being weird. I don't know what happened there. But I must have, when I told it to not place automatically, that must have been for something else or not have actually happened. The selection process in Sapien is weird as shit. Sometime you end up like selecting like literally every instance of some shit, and it's crazy. There we go. Yeah, I must have done something. But if we... see? If I hit tab, because I didn't set up the Warthog Rider animations with the label, I can't pull out my gun. I thought... Don't you go into third person for this mode? Naturally? What the fuck? Don't you go into third person for that? What the fuck? Is that like a tag test thing? I might be. And now we're in third person. Wait. When's the last time I got in the passenger seat as a Warthog when playing Halo? The point is, when you don't have a state set up for your weapon, it won't work. And I would like to try and get on the Scorpion, but I can't seem to get the prompt to. I guess we'll try it again. But yeah, that's just about everything. If you want an AI to use your weapon, you would have to. Actually, you know what? I can probably just show you that now. All right, so I think I just tried to get an AI to hold the weapon. I'm gonna cut all that out because I think I got most of it working. I just need to copy over more stuff into the .actor variant file, but I'm gonna just cut all that out because it's not really important. I believe the last thing I want to talk about is if you want to create your own full, like, complete custom animations, like, specifically for your weapon. And what you would have to do is, yeah, I created this and tried to plug in stuff. I must not have plugged in enough stuff and it just didn't spawn. So I'll do that in a different video. This can just get deleted, and that can just get deleted. So to create those animations, you're going to need that anim extractor tool that I showed in the second video. You're going to need that because you're going to need to use that on this file right here, the Cyborg model animations. So you're going to need to rip out every animation. Then you're going to need to load up the Cyborg GBX model into Blender. And then basically make your own animations. I believe most of these are JM. The ones for holding a weapon, let's go find them. crouch rifle. So they're going to be JMMs because it says base right here. It should be JMMs. Frame info type. I'm not sure how to set that. DX, DY. Is that a base thing? That must... Okay, so the frame info type is tied to the type here, I guess. Here we go. Stand. So stand. Rifle. AR, so firing seems to be an overlay command. Melee is a replacement. Okay, that's a JMR, I think. Reload, that's a replacement. Okay. I haven't seen this is the first time I've seen replacements. But basically, you're gonna need to, if you want to make a melee one for your own weapon, you're going to need to make that a replacement one. Make it all in Blender. Export it the exact same way I showed in the second video. It should be the same exact process. Probably easier because you don't have to have your weapon present. You can have your weapon in the animation or in the area, in the Blender file, but you don't need to actually like export it. In fact, it's probably better if you just hide your weapon when you export the animation. Because you only want these bones in here. You only want like the actual cyborg to be doing something. So you would just have your weapon in there just as a reference. But yeah, you would create those, export them with the proper thing, the proper... Why can't I fucking think of words ever? The proper extension. Fuck me. You know what? I'll just look at the fucking things. Jesus Christ. JMA right there. JMR, that's the replacement one. JMO is the overlay, and then JMM is the base. Should be the base. And you can just copy the extension you see after you rip the files out. So then you do that, you create all your animations, export them with the proper extension. Then you recompile it with a tool animations command. And then after that, you're probably going to have to reset a bunch of settings here. So you'll probably want to copy this before you do anything. Because a lot of this stuff right here might be it'd be a nightmare. All of this stuff might be reset to 0, so you'd have to go through and reset each animation. All of these might be reset. That would be brutal. That would be fucking brutal if all this stuff got reset. I think it's just this animation thing that gets reset, but that's still a lot to reset. But yeah, and then after that, then you would just set the animation that you want. Fucking fly. You would just set the animation you want in the state here. Rifle, depending on what type of weapon you have, and then you should still have your label here, and then for the thing you're performing, then you would go select the new animation that you put in. That's how I think it's gonna work, but I'll do an entire separate video on that, or try to. I'll do an entire separate video on getting an AI to hold your weapon. I'll do an entire separate video to getting the HUD working and custom bitmaps for that. So yeah, there's still a lot to do. There is a lot to do, but with these 3 videos, you should be able to get your weapon created, should be able to get your first-person weapon working, and you should be able to see yourself holding it in third person. And depending on how much stuff you want to set up, with all these animations and the stuff down here, you should be able to hold it when you're... riding in a passenger seat of a Warthog, Scorpion, all that stuff. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. That was quick. Not really. I'm at 39 minutes right now. But I'll cut out a lot of the AI related stuff because I fucked that up and it's not really relevant too much. So yeah, it's the ending part of this is the ending part of anything with a vehicle, with devices, with weapons. It's just a lot of looking at what other tags do, and then just like copying it over and figuring out what each little setting does, and then just going with it from there. But yeah, that should cover all the major stuff to get your weapon working in Halo. So yeah, if you made it here, thank you for watching. If you watch any of my other stuff, thank you for watching that as well. If you want to support the channel, you can hit the join button on the homepage or the link in the description, and I will see you in whatever I decide to do next time. So thank you for watching.